So I'm gonna run it to y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? Please be patient. No short attention span people up here, right? So, like, I just took a shower. I'm smelling like really, really fresh. I'm smelling really clean. You understand? When and I'm making this totally relevant. When I finish this video, I'm gonna upload it, edit it, and all the rest of that stuff, right? And then after that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna look at the Olympics or whatever, and then I'll probably, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, I'll probably go, if it doesn't rain, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go in the backyard and I cut some branches and stuff off. I'm gonna rake some of that stuff up and throw it in the back, you know what I'm saying, rest of the bushes or whatever. That's about it. It's just like a typical day for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Thursday come, I'm gonna pull the big ass, you know, trash cans up to the front so the trash can be emptied every Thursday. And that's about it. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and work out. It's gonna be a typical day for me. That's what I'm saying. A typical week. You understand? I got a few vacations lined up but for the most part, this is how life is, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wearing this V-neck t-shirt ready to go to bed. That's how it is when you get older. You understand? I'm plucking the little gray hairs out of, you know, my hair or whatever have you. But that's what happens when you get older. Because at the end of the day, I used to think this way, and I know all of you out there that are young think this way. That when you're young, you think you're going to live forever. And that's far from the furthest truth. If anything, what happens is what you do in your youthful years, right? It's going to be the blueprint to what is going to happen to you in the future as an adult. I'm telling you, that's my word. It is scary, but I'm being real with you. I'm trying to forewarn you and let you know what's up. That you are the architect. The 15, the 20-year-old, the 25-year-old you is the architect for who you're going to be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. Especially if you're a minority. Because you don't get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chances. You only get one chance. My fault. You don't get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chances. You only get one chance, possibly 2. That plain and simple. So what you do at 15, I'm telling you, this is my word, between 15 years old to 30, what you do in between that time will determine whether you're going to be successful in life or not. That plain and simple. And I'm telling you, seriously, this is how life works. I figured it out. While everybody is talking about you need to go to school, you need to do this, and just talking about the regular bullshit that everybody talks about, that drills in your ear. The shit that you always hear, right? You need Jesus, you need to go to school, and what else? What is the other dumb shit that they say? That everybody says. It's just like, take for example, a family member of mine, you know, her father died, right? And another family member called me, right? I'm making this relevant. Another family member called me, right? And was like, yo, you gonna call her and, you know, let her know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why? Why am I gonna call her? I'm gonna say the same dumb shit that everybody else says. You need anything? How you feeling? I'm not doing it. That's the same thing that I'm saying as far as dealing with people, with older people trying to tell the youth what to do and what not to do. We're constantly saying the same dumb shit. You need Jesus, 1. 2, you need to go to school. But there is really not no concrete plan that we give our youth. We just throw them off into society and say to hell with them, especially the minorities. Because we got this whole thing of throwing our children out to the wolves at 18 years old. Well, you 18, you grown. Now you can get your own apartment. You can get your own house. No. My children, this is my word. My children could be 40 years old, and as long as they're productive, living with me, they can live with me for the rest of their lives until they get their shit straight. Once they get their shit straight, once they got 100,000, 200 in a bank, then I'm gonna be like leaning on them, like, look, yo, you are 40, you got 200,000, you got 3, 4 cars parked in my driveway. You good? You got a stack of money in your pocket. You good? Now you can go. But you shouldn't be kicking your kid out at 18 years old, because they're still young. And let me tell you something. For all of those that don't have a father figure, it's important to have one. It's important to have someone that's there, whether it's your uncle, your grandfather, your great grandfather, some dude that hang around the community, but he's productive. You know what I'm saying? He go to work, he do this and that. Your school teacher, whatever. It's important for you to have, no matter where you get it from, a mother type role model and a father type role model. I'm telling you, this is my word. Because I see the difference on how I raise my children. And how I raise my children and the lack, what I didn't have in comparison to what they have. See, my sons, they're gonna go out with high self-esteem. They're gonna go out like, yo, I can be all that I can be. They're gonna have this type of confidence that I never had, or it took me damn near a lifetime to get. So it makes a difference. But I'm telling you, yo, that's my word. What you do between the years of 15 to about 30 will determine what's gonna happen to you for the rest of your life. This is my word. It just so happened with me, I messed up my life. And I messed up my life like, man, I had chances, but I just didn't know how to kind of, how can I say it? Take advantage of those chances, right? So the first chance I had, like I came from a broken, we all got the same thing, same story, you understand? My father wasn't there, my mom's raised me, I ran away from home when I was 16, I came back, I graduated. It took me damn near 5 years to graduate, not because I was stupid, because of the fact that I just dropped out at 11th and 12th grade, right? Got my adult high school diploma, got into college. I should have stayed my ass in college. That was the first strike. I left college, right? Then I wind up getting up with this broad and, we screwing on everything, and I did the little, living with one another thing, right? That's another thing for us dealing with females, but we're going to conquer that, right? Later on. So I wound up getting with her or whatever. Turns out that we were too young. I might as well talk about it now, right? As far as dealing with women. We were too young for one another. So I was cheating on her, she was cheating on me. I'm not lying. We went to this club, right? I never forget, this is how old we are. How old I am and she is. I never forget it. We went to the Smith & Wesson. It was Busta Rhymes and I think it was Mobb Deep. Yeah, it was those three acts, right? We went to the same club. My intentions were bagging somebody up and she was bagging somebody up too. I got an attitude because Mobb Deep, and I'm not lying, one of the dudes from Mobb Deep, well, it was Mobb Deep, Prodigy, or Havoc. One of the two, I know she did something with them. I know it. So we were going back and forth, and until one day it was like, yo, man, let's just end this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I caught her in a bed with another dude, but how can I get upset? She didn't catch, excuse me. She didn't catch me in a bed with another woman, but word was around that I was screwing some other chick. You understand? We were too young. And I did that for a little while, and then after that, I lost my car. I stopped messing with the chick because she was a slut and a hoe just like I was, and I had nothing. That was my second chance. I got back up on my feet, started working, doing temporary jobs, whatever have you, had an opportunity to go back to college. Back to school. I could have went to North Carolina A&T. I could have transferred my credits over to the college I went to North Carolina A&T, which is an engineering school. I wanted to go to school for constructional engineering. Could have did that. That was a third chance. Didn't do that. Blew it. So I just continued to work and smoke and drink, and then stopped doing that, selling bootleg movies, enjoying this cult called the Wabian Nation. I had so many chances, but I had no guidance. You understand? So it just so happened that the universe worked out for me. Like I barely got out of the entanglement that I was in, because I had fucked up my credit. I had 2 evictions on my credit. Far as dealing with my, I never had a repo, but my aunt co-signed a car with me. So, and I couldn't make the payments. I lost the car, so I wound up signing the car over to another person. That was a sad day. Dude, same age as me. I never forget it. I was catching a bus, right? When I signed the car over, I was catching a bus one day. This motherfucker drove past me with my car. I mean, of course, it was his now. So I lost my car, didn't have nothing. No girl, no nothing. Nowhere to stay, sleeping homeless, sleeping from place to place, couch to couch, from somebody else's couch. But it just so happened that the universe looked out for me, right? And now I'm here, and I'm on my feet, and I'm good. But that doesn't happen to everybody. And let me tell you something. When you're looking at your friends, right? Look at your friends. You 20 years old. Y'all going out, y'all partying, y'all smoking, y'all drinking, y'all doing whatever have you. You're partying together and y'all ace boom coon together, right? Look at all 10 of your friends that's around you. Let me tell you something. In the upcoming years, one of them gonna be dead. One of them gonna be strung on crack. The other one's gonna be just a deadbeat dad. Most of your friends that you hang around right now are not gonna be nowhere to be found. And your ace boom coon, the one that you stick to, you've been through the fire with for years. Y'all ain't gonna be talking to one another in the upcoming years. Trust me, I know that you all are gonna outgrow one another. And you're gonna find yourself, when you get older, being by yourself. And you're not gonna mind it. Because throughout all of the years, you've been fucked over by your friends, by your family. And that at this age that I'm at, some people may laugh and say, well, damn, you old, and blah, 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 blah. Yo, with being old comes wisdom, understanding. Straight up. And let me tell you something, it's something about the universe. I don't believe in the law of karma. It's just something about the universe. If you don't pay for your sins, so to speak, right? I'm not religious, but I'm just using this type of jargon for you to understand where I'm coming from, right? Religious jargon, sin, right? If you don't pay for your sins, somebody else down your genealogy will. Whether it's 50,000 years later, right? So I tell you, if let's say for example you're paying for the sins that you committed as a youngin', right? So this is how it goes. So you went around and you fucked several different women and didn't give a fuck about none of them. You wind up having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 daughters. That's how it works. And now you're in fear of them going out dating because guess what? At the end of the day, you don't want your daughters to date someone that used to be like you. Say, for example, you was a hood dude. You was going around shooting people and just bullying people and all the rest of that stuff. Guess what? When you get older, you have 5, 6, 7, 8 sons. And you fear for their life. Because you know the type of dude that you were. And this is the reason why when being that you're young, your parents be on some shit like, yo, don't hang around such and such and such. It's not because they don't want you, because they got some kind of grudge towards this kid. No, because they seen it. They've been in the streets. And they can tell, based on what they see, this dude ain't no good, or that chick ain't no good. That chick is fast. She wearing tight clothes. She got a breast out. She ain't no good. That's what happens in the universe. You pay for your so-called sins. Whether it's you, or whether it's your sons, your daughters, or whatever. It's that reality. And I'm not lying, man. That mentality that I had as far as being young, and thinking that I could live forever, it kicks me in the ass every day. Not every day. Every now and then I think about it. You understand? I catch some nostalgia. I listen to some Tribe Called Quest or Busta Rhymes or something, and I sit back and I say to myself, wow, look at all the years that I wasted. I wasted my life away, and I barely got through the clutches of failure. You understand? And look how long it took me to get through it. And had I had my head screwed on, right, when I was 15, 16, 19, 20, 25, I would have done things a different way. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you. Don't be in front of a camera saying 10, 20, 30 years later, man, I wish I would have done this way and this that way. You have the opportunity to correct it because you're young. You can make mistakes, small, minor mistakes when you're 20, 21, 22, 23. But not any major mistakes like you catching 5, 6 felonies on your criminal record. Not no type of mistakes like my situation. I lost my driver's license and I was still driving it, and I would get stopped and it would be a year added on after year added on after year added on to the point where I was driving illegally for damn near 20 years of my life. Like, seriously, I'm not even lying. This is my word. Some of y'all might not even think like really big about it. But yo, seriously, a black man's freedom is a driver's license. And once you lose that, you become totally dependent on whomever you have to be totally dependent on. That a black man's license is a source of independency. Straight up. And it's a miracle. I don't believe in Jesus and all the rest of that stuff. I'm not religious and all of that. But it's damn near, I'm telling you, y'all don't think it's that deep because y'all don't know me. But for the most part, man, it's a miracle that I'm sitting right here in a car with the car turned on. And I could pull off at any given time legally with a license. Those that know me know exactly what I'm talking about. They wasn't supposed to give me my license. I had my license revoked here. In New York, my shit was fucked up too. Hell, I got a DWI in New York right now. Straight up. I got a bill right now in New York, Mineola Hospital, whatever have you, where I told them I was crazy. I was in the Mineola holding cell or whatever, and then they transferred me over to Hempstead, and then I got bailed out. My father bailed me out or whatever. I was there for the weekend. And they told me, yo, do you think that you having suicidal thoughts and all the rest of that? That's when I was in my early 20s. I was like, yeah. I was drunk. I was cursing dudes out, police officers, being very hostile. But I'm telling you, man, none of that shit, big man, big talk, all that rest of that shit don't get you anywhere in life. I'm telling you what gets you somewhere. It's a smart mind, a smart person. You see that dweeb that you know? That smart dude that you always see him, he quiet, he don't never say nothing to no one. He always go in the house, he do his homework. And if you in college, he don't never be going to the homecomings, never to the frat parties and none of that shit. And he always got some homework to do. That's that dude that's gonna be fucking your wife in the next 20 years. Trust me, I know. Not because that dude did it, it's fucking my wife. I'm saying that I was cool with that dude. And 10, 20 years later, that dude now is partying in his mid-30s, late 40s, early 40s, 50s or whatever. He having a good old time because he sacrificed a lot of his time in order to make sure that his future was solid, concrete. So what you want to do? You want to play with Matchbox Lamborghinis? You want to go outside and club every day and fuck women? At 16, 17, 20, 25? Or do you want to damn drive and pull up in a drop top Lamborghini, if there's one, at 30, 40 years old? What you want to do? Because let me tell you something. Smart people, nerds, run this world. And if you don't believe me, look at Bill Gates. Look at Jeff Bezos. Those were nerds. Ain't no hardcore thug dude run the world. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. I don't think too much about American society and what they think about black people and all that. But I'm just saying, for the sake of the conversation, nobody gives a fuck about your goddamn criminal background. Nobody gives a fuck about your damn what you did in the streets in the real world. Nobody cares about that.